Hi, guys. Back for part two of the discussion we were having, foreign dating and posing questions and discussions as to everything from experiences on the dating sites to uh, how you approach it, what you really want to get out of it. For example, uh, do you want this to be recreational dating, or do you want this to be are you looking for a wife? I think you really have to know and have made up your mind um, how you want to approach this, because it's been my experience and the experience of women that I've talked to um, in these countries, and also men that I know that have pursued this, that it's yeah, it's obvious to people what your intentions are, and there's different expectations. For example, if you're going to a country and you've been communicating with multiple women online, and you think that you're going to go over there and you're going to meet a few women on one trip, and you've been telling them all the same kind of things, and that you have to, are you being honest? First of all, are you being honest first of all with yourself, and are you being honest with the people you're communicating with? Because that therein is going to be the results that you get. So basically, if you're for example, you want to plan a trip and you'd like to see if you can meet three women on this trip, and you've basically led them to believe that these are uh, that each of these women are special to you, and that your intentions are sincere, and that you ultimately like, and you're going to have have their type of experience that you may end up. For example, you may end up meeting someone who's wise to what you're doing, because they've been through this with foreign men all the time, where they're going over there to meet multiple women. And basically, at that point, this is recreational for you, but it might be a business for them. So maybe they're looking at this as an opportunity, and they haven't invested their feelings because they've already figured you out. And believe me, a lot of times these women will compare notes. They'll unbeknownst to you, actually realize that you've planned to meet multiple women, or discover after the fact, or whatever. So it's kind of good to really kind of know what what your intentions are, communicate them honestly, and realize there's a price to pay, whether it's recreationally and you are fine with the arrangement, or if you're looking for something more sincere, then you hope that because of that communication, that you're not going to meet someone who's just trying to take advantage of you. So honesty on both sides is something that you need to establish if you're internet dating. Um, and make up your mind. What is it that you want to do? So, having said that, um, I would then probably um, there. I would say that because of the investment of time and money and everything it takes to get abroad, there's nothing wrong with meeting multiple women on a trip, but it's going to be something that I believe you should be honest about. And honesty is the best policy. I mean, let's face it. And then you don't have to, um, make up excuses why you're going to cut a visit short with one, and like somehow uh, get to the next one and all that kind of thing. It's probably a lot simpler to be honest about what you're doing. And strategically, it's probably a good idea, because if you've been communicating with a few people, um, and you've got limited resources and time available to make this trip, I would say that probably you're wise to try to meet um, more than one person. If you've come to the point where after after narrowing down your your field of people that you're interested in, and you've come to the point where you're going to revisit the same woman, and you want to make this an exclusive situation, I would have prior to that probably gotten off of the dating site and been communicating with this woman through other social media, and basically uh, gotten away from the distractions of constantly, I mean, it could be the day before you're ready to take a trip, and you're meeting someone, and then all of a sudden you're still on the dating site, and all of a sudden somebody else pops up and you say, oh, I wouldn't mind meeting this person too. So how I resolved it myself is, after a number of encounters where I felt like, where I suddenly said, okay, um, I want to be serious about this. I'm in a serious pursuit to meet someone to marry. Um, I spent more due diligence online in the dating site, really narrowing it down with prior experience to really realize, okay, this is the person that I feel, because I'm ready. This person seems like the right person. I haven't gotten any of the typical red flags that we discussed in the prior video and conversation. I feel like, okay, I make the suggestion. I say, how would you like to get off of this dating site and just communicate, through another messenger or something like that, and really get to know each other better one on one, without the distractions of other people that we're talking to. And in my case, my fiance was agreeable to that. And we spent a long time in conversation where sincerely I was not conversing with anyone else. And I had really made up my mind at that point that this wasn't going to be another trip. I was going to meet multiple people, where I was going to focus on something that was very serious to me. And believe me, it worked out just as I had intended. Um, Being perfectly honest up front, the woman realizes that she was the only one that I was meeting. She realized that I was sincere, and um, it was, even from the very beginning when she agreed that we'd leave the dating site. That was, it all seemed very positive, and it seemed very clear to me that everything was on the right track. So, when I did go over there and meet her, I was focused. You know, you there was no distraction. I could invest fully, and that worked out really wonderfully for me. Subsequently, I went back again, um, met her family, and formally proposed over there, and everything. And it really makes a difference when you focus and you make up your mind. Okay, this isn't recreational dating. This isn't. I'm not doing this under the pretense um, of any kind of uh, misleading conversation where you're telling someone that, uh, you're sincere, but you really know that you've got an agenda. Um, and going back to the, referencing the prior video that I made yesterday. Um, people that are in this, yeah, and you might be into foreign dating or taking vacations, for like other reasons, for quite a while before you finally make up your mind that you're serious and that you want to marry someone. I mean, this might be just a continuation over the success you had when you were younger dating locally, and now you've decided to take the show on the road. And you know the same games apply. People play games. They take advantage of an opportunity. If you're not discerning enough, you will be taken advantage of even before you get there, because people will solicit different favors from you online and all this. So this is these are all things to consider. And my advice once again is just be honest with yourself and be honest with people that you're talking to online, and that's going to be your best prospects for having a very successful um, experience with foreign dating. Um, so I see that there are people here that are sending me messages, thumbs up, good morning, shout out. Um, so I want to just say hi to everyone that's joined. Um, it turns out to be that the intended between us guys has attracted the attention of our women subscribers and viewers. And I want to welcome them all, because I feel like what I'm saying to the men is exactly what the women already know. And I think it's valuable information back and forth. Um, so just to recap, uh, dating sites have whatever. They could be local dating sites. It could be a Chicago dating site, that I'm on, talking to local people, and I could have scammers attempting to scam me there. There's not that big. In fact, there's no difference that I have found in my experience in foreign dating sites. There's no difference in the amount of scammers that are going to try to prey on you when you're there. And I would just say, um, I would offer just some advice to everyone dealing with dating sites. Red flags immediately. I mean, no one should ask you for money, you know, uh, for especially not in your first few conversations. I mean, inevitably, it could be very true that someone has financial hardships, and it could be that they feel they've made a fast connection with you and are being very sincere and expressing their hardships, and it could be just out of the goodness of your heart that you decide to offer the person something. But realize that there are people that are in internet cafes and they go there every day, and this is what they do for income. And um, and and don't let it be a surprise to you that you could be a victim of this very easily. So be discerning. Look for red flags. People asking you for money too soon, um, and make sure that you have been able to see people live, so that they're not putting up a phony picture. Just general. I think I say it's common sense, but a lot of people, obviously, we know there are a lot of victims of these things. So be aware of that, and then the rest of it, as I was preaching today, is just about honesty on both sides, and you play your intentions and what you expect to get out of this play a big part in how people are going to respond. I have my fiance has friends of hers that have discovered that people that they've known and met, and have people that are supposedly sincerely, with sincere intentions. Turns up that they found out one way or another that this person has, they're married. The guy might be married. The guy might be having another, family, or he might be talking to, you know, if this is how you're approaching this, then you get what you deserve, is what I'm saying. And if you're approaching it honestly, and you're looking for the happy outcome, the end all, as I described in our description, what we're talking about here, is this recreation, or is this you're looking for the end all, which would be a happy marriage? And I recommend total honesty, and I am very happy with the results that I have achieved. And my fiance and myself, we're getting married next month, actually in 3 weeks. So future posts are going to be more about our planning and the actual wedding and everything like that. So I hope this was valuable to you guys. If anybody puts in any future comments after I've gone off today, I will definitely respond to you, and we can compare notes. But let's see, and good luck in your journey. I'm going to sign out now. I sign out now, and best wishes to everyone. Take care.